Grenade by Alan Gratz, Part 2, pages 170 through 172. Things that aren't there. Hideki was a prisoner of the Americans. He turned to roll off his cot, to run away, but a man stood over him, silhouetted by the dawn. Hideki lifted a hand to shade his eyes. It was Ray. Ray, the boy he'd killed, was standing over him, a gaping hole in his side. Hideki's heart caught in his throat, and he sat up with a yelp. Suddenly, the ghost of Ray was gone, and an American doctor stepped into the space where Ray had once stood. Or had he? Hideki blinked and put a hand to his sore head, but instead of touching dried blood, he found a gauze bandage there, wrapped tight. "You're all right," the American doctor said. It took Hideki a confused moment to realize the medic was speaking Japanese. The doctor handed Hideki two small white pills and a metal cup of water. "Here, swallow these. They will make you feel better," the doctor told him. Hideki put a hand to the place on his neck where the Kujumana had bitten him. A small cloth bandage covered the spot. "I had to give you a shot to help you sleep," the doctor explained. "You had a nasty gash on your head, and we had to sew it up for you. It's still going to hurt for a while, though, and these pills will help." Hideki was afraid of the pills. But why would the Americans go to all the trouble of fixing him if they were just going to poison him now? He put the two pills in his mouth. They tasted like chalk, and he quickly swallowed them down with the water. "Good boy," the doctor said. "It looks like shrapnel from a grenade caught you. What happened?" Hideki felt the blood drain from his face. He couldn't tell the doctor what really happened, that he'd been injured by his own grenade, killing an American soldier. Killing Ray. I don't remember," Hideki lied. "That may be a result of the concussion," he told Hideki. "You may have problems with your memory or problems with your eyes and ears, like hearing and seeing things that aren't there." Hearing and seeing things that aren't there. Was that what was happening to Hideki? Was he hearing and seeing Ray because he'd taken a knock to the head, or because Ray's ghost was haunting him? "Get some rest," the doctor told him, "and maybe your memory will come back to you. In the meantime, I'll see if I can find you some shoes that fit you." When the doctor was gone, Hideki snatched a bottle of the little white pills from a tray and stuffed the bottle in his pocket. Then he got up from the cot and slipped out of the medical tent. All around the camp, American doctors and soldiers walked on boards laid down in the mud, and trucks unloaded more Okinawans, both injured and uninjured. None of them seemed to be prisoners. First, the food in Ray's pack hadn't been poisoned, and now the Americans had treated his wounds. He'd seen them be monsters, but he'd seen them be kind, too. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to surrender to them after all. But if the Americans ever found out what he'd done to Ray, they might not be so nice. Besides, he had a sister to find.